ever hear a story where someone gets so angry they accidentally create their own worst nightmare? Because that's exactly what happened to my neighbor. For years, this guy treated me like I was the problem. He yelled at me, harassed workers I hired, and acted like he owned part of my property. Then one day, he got so frustrated that he called the city to report me. What happened next was probably the biggest self-own I've ever seen. So when I bought my house about 4 years ago, there was a fence running from my neighbor's house all the way to mine, blocking access to a narrow strip of land that was actually part of my property. Nobody mentioned it during the sale, and since it was just grass, I didn't really care. Then I started noticing water seeping into my basement after heavy rain. I hired a crew to regrade the area and improve drainage. The second those guys stepped onto that side yard, my neighbor came storming outside screaming that they were on his property. The workers thought he was joking at first, but he just kept going. The weird part was that other contractors had accessed that area before and he'd never said a word. But from then on, every time anyone worked near that strip of land, he'd lose his mind. The next year, I planted some roses there and hired landscapers to clean things up. Once again, he came charging out, yelling at workers, insulting them, and demanding everyone leave. At that point, I was done arguing. If nobody could touch that area without being harassed, then fine. I stopped maintaining it altogether. Months passed and the weeds got huge. By the following spring, they were knee-high, and suddenly my neighbor couldn't stand looking at them anymore. He came over while I was mowing, got right in my face, and started calling me lazy. He demanded I clean it up immediately. I told him one thing: if it bothered him that much, call the city. So he did.